Hey, what is up YouTube? Welcome back to another video. This is my 2026 KTM 690 Enduro R with tons and tons of mods. I've started with a stock bike and I've changed almost everything. Now you may ask yourself, is there such a thing as too many modifications to the bike? Some may say yes, some may say no. In this episode I will walk you through every single modification I've done to the bike. We'll talk about why I've chosen the modification I've chosen and if it was worth it. Now, let's talk about it.
Pushing further, even if I crash. Just ringing like sirens, racing too fast. I burn, carry wide, pulling every lever, giving all I got. Breathing through the panic in this burning spot. I burn.
Right, let's start with the cherry on the top. This is full carbon fiber rally tower made by Rebel X, who makes rally towers for likes of Yamaha, Honda and KTM for the Dakar itself. This is the complete replica of a Dakar rally tower for KTM bikes. You'll see this when you watch Dakar, you'll see this on the KTM bikes. It's equipped with two 16 watts road legal lights. From underneath, you can see underneath the carbon frame, you have got a little pocket. In this pocket, you can put a medic kit or your toolbox. Now, if I jump over the bike, let's have a look at the actual cockpit itself. So what we have here is set up for a GPS, so I'm using Garmin. Top left corner I've got my Garmin InReach Mini 2 for any emergencies. Right in the middle I've got a little holder for 360 controller, should I be using one. And in here I've got slot for my phone, possibly something else. Let's talk more about the cockpit. So here with the cockpit I have got number 2 most important piece, I think, in this build is the Scott's steering damper. This is a quite useful piece of kit. So what this does is, according to the setting, if you set it to soft or hard, according to the setting you set it to, it will basically stop you from having a tank slapper. So imagine you're riding really hard on a gravel road and you hit something and all of a sudden your steering wheel does this at high speed. If you set it correctly, this will stop. This is a hydraulic steering damper, which essentially dampens the amount of steering shake you get. Equally so, correctly set up, this can be used on technical bits, trails themselves, and on the trails, the way it helps you, if you ride in the middle of this and it's a bit deep and it's a rut, and again you hit something and it will try to get you out of a rut, this will stop you from that initial shake and it will help you with keeping the wheels straight. Looking at the cockpit again, I've got quite a few other bits on here. So we're going to talk about the Chigee tire pressure monitor system, and we're going to talk about the Chigee charger. I have got a tire pressure monitor system installed here. This is installed on my armbar. This is only, sorry, on my handlebar. This is only held there. There is no wiring. This is wireless, and what it does is, if you have a look, you might be able to see here underneath here, we have got this little sensor, same at the front and here, and this sensor sends the pressure, tire pressure, into your little display, so you know when you're having a flat tire or if you're having a flat tire. This little device is called a Chigee TR-100. What this does is basically USB-C and USB, I believe this is A. What this does is it's a two-way system charging. So you can charge your phone, you can charge your batteries for your GoPros, your 360s, anything like that. Equally so, if you have a flat battery, you can reverse charge the battery in here via this clever little device, and it will allow you to charge it via power bank. So if you bring with yourself a 60 watt or 100 watt power bank, you're stuck somewhere overnight, your battery has gone flat, you can charge your battery to the point where you'll be able to start. So that's another important bit. I'm running this on my 1290 as well, and the reason why I'm running it on both bikes is I know KTM are famous for having some issues with battery. I haven't had any issues yet. However, I have tested it on a flat battery. It works perfectly fine. Let's talk about protection a little bit, which is also part of this cockpit. So for protection, I have chosen, if you have a look from the front, I have chosen Sycra, however you want to pronounce it. These are handlebar guards, so they will stop you from hitting something as you ride. So if you can have a look here, if there is a twig or branch, it will stop you from hitting those. Equally so, because they mount into your handlebars in here and then they go all around here sturdy to your main bar, when you drop the bike, this is what takes the most impact first. And I have dropped the bike. When you ride in something like this, the 690 Enduro R, you are going to drop it regardless. Not dropping the bike is not an option, especially if you are a complete beginner as I am. Moving on with the protection, I'll have a look in here, see if you can see it from this side. So from this side, we have got a protection for the actual radiator. This is a KTM power part, as they call them, power parts. Underneath here you can see with the LC4 sign there, we have got a again, KTM power part dash plate. When I was looking for bash plates, there weren't many options. However, I've chosen the KTM power part because they were the one who tested this bash plate. They were the one who developed that. They tested it with their own bikes, and they know how it takes impact. And I'm going to believe that because it actually looks pretty slick. When I look underneath here, you can see the damping underneath there, so it can take an impact. There is quite a lot of ground clearance, so I haven't had to actually take an impact yet. However, as a KTM power part, it's a great little addition to your Enduro bike. Talking about the cockpit itself as well, one non-negotiable thing is a mirrors which you can move and sort of which will fold when you drop the bike. So these are actually quite cheap. Well, I'd say cheap. They're about £30 from AliExpress. But look, you can put it into any position you want. When you drop the bike, you'll just adjust it, tighten it up, and off you go. No big deal. These are great. For the price I paid for them, these are great. And one more mod which I've got on here, which you can't really see, is the heated grips. These are KTM power parts again, heated grips installed by my local dealer. Amazing piece of kit. It's getting quite cold in here. This is the first bit of sun we've seen in England since January. It's been raining every bloody day, and you can see, look at the state of the roads everywhere. So heated grips, quite needed, especially when it gets cold. Next up, let's talk about comfort, because to me, comfort equals control. So if it's not comfortable for you to ride the bike, it doesn't fit you right, it's not the right bike for you. And if you can't make it fit your needs and purpose, what's the point, right? So what I've changed in here is foot pegs to start with. These are Rade Garage foot pegs. The reason why I've changed these is they're about 30% bigger than the actual stock ones. And if you've got feet the size of mine, look at that. That's size 12, by the way. You need all the grip you can take. Equally so on the other side. We've got the Rade Garage pack, and here on a brake pedal I have a nice CNC. The reason for changing this again is a bigger surface area for you to grip onto when you brake in. Okay, let's talk about the luggage setup I have going on in here, which turns the bike into actual adventure bike. You can take some stuff with you. This is a Moscow Moto Trail 16 bag with the, this is actually Moscow Moto handlebar bag, which goes over there. However, because of the nature of the steering damper, I prefer to keep it in here. Really, really nice setup, which fits the bike really well, I think. underneath the actual Moscow Moto setup, you can see this this luggage plate. This is from Rade Garage also. Shout out to the boys in the Rade Garage again in Czech Republic. Fit perfectly. However, this will require for you to do some drilling. So you might be able to see in here, I had to drill the holes on each side of the plastic. This is not an issue though, because on the other side of the plastic you have got a area marked up where to drill, so they're actually expecting you to drill that. It's obviously not for Rade Garage, it's for the KTM power parts, which are not available at the moment. However, Rade Garage, really solid setup, and these Moscow Moto bags, I love Moscow Moto just because it's the quality of the bags, the craftsmanship, it just stands for something. Is it expensive? Yes. Is it equally awesome? I think so. So I've got two 16-liter bags on one on each side, and in the bag here I've got the handlebar, which holds nicely to the actual plate itself. Last but not least, underneath the Moscow bag is hiding KTM fully approved black Remus exhaust with a heat shield. So it's quite muddy. You can see it's got a black color, although the heat shield is covering up. This will save you about 2 kilograms of weight. So it's a weight saving upgrade, and equally so it gives it a little bit of a body and a sound, because the Euro 6 standard, although this is still Euro 6 standard, the stock exhaust just sounds like a bag of nails. Now let's hear it. Let's give it a little off. Engine is nice and warmed up, ready to race, as they say. I made sure I warm it up, so let's hear it. It's just idle. It's got a nice little idling pop sound. And now let's give it a few revs. Yep, that sounds pretty decent to me. So, what do you think, guys? Let me know in the comments. Have I taken this too far? Is there such a thing as too many modifications? What modification am I missing? Please let me know. And also let me know what modification do you want to have on your 690 next? Have I given you any ideas? Is there something you want to do to your 690 or you're missing on your bike? Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I enjoy building this bike and modding it, and also riding it. I'd like to ride it a bit more. However, we've had a rainy season here in the UK, and it's been terrible. This is the first bit of sun we've seen in ages, since 1st of January. So I haven't put more than 200 miles on a bike. It will all come. It will all come. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? Did you enjoy the video? Are you planning to buy 690 Enduro yourself? Drop the comment. Peace.